Top of the morning, YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. On today's episode of 46 Garage, we have got a 2013 Jaguar XKR. This is a nice little coupe, supercharged V8. Don't get a chance to work on many of these. Don't really see too many of these on the road. So this particular one, we sent the ECM out to get a tune. ECM is back in. Jaguar is running. Customer requested that we lower his Jag with some H+R Sport springs. So here's the vehicle. Nice vehicle. Kind of reminds me of Aston Martin front end. Very nice, very nice. Nice red inserts on the seats. Pretty sweet little ride. Love the back end of this thing. So what we're gonna do, first of all, we're gonna open the hood, take a look at that beautiful power plant. This thing sounds great. Looks like it's got some kind of electronic dampening on the suspension. Standard setup up here, everything is nice and accessible, so that's good. We're gonna put it up, we're gonna take the wheel off, and we're gonna start ripping into this thing. Get this thing sitting a little lower. Look at those brakes on this thing. Nice. Looks like a pretty standard suspension setup. Kind of started pulling this side apart, but we're going to go step by step on the other side. Show you guys exactly how it's done. After the fronts, we're going to move on to the backs. We'll show you the H+R spring box we got. We'll show you the part numbers. Tag along for the ride, and hope you guys enjoy. Okay guys, wheels off. We're going to start by removing the upper ball joint nut. We're going to use a hex to hold the bottom side of it so that stud doesn't spin, and it's an 18mm nut. We're going to go ahead and undo that guy, and then we are going to move down below. So follow us now and check it out. Okay guys, so with the upper ball joint off, as you can see, we've got a bungee cord just to hold that knuckle and not stretch those brake lines, and ABS wire. I'm going to move on to the sway bar link, 15mm nut right there. As you can see, we just removed it. Then we've got a 18mm nut here and a 15mm on top. We're going to remove this guy right here, pull that arm back, and also you're going to want to disconnect it's probably a headlight level sensor, I'm guessing, similar to on a BMW. Just put your orange clip popper tool in there. I've already kind of busted it loose. Pull that sucker right off. There you go. Push it up out of the way. Carry on to the next step. Okay guys, so now you're able to pull that sway bar link out of the sway bar just like we did. Remove that nut and bolt assembly for your front forward facing control arm. And now we're going to move into the lower shock bolt, which is a T60. As you can see right there, we're going to put our 3/8 to 1/2 inch adapter on there, get the snap-on breaker bar on there. Then we will move upstairs, remove the nuts for the top of the shock absorber. As you can see, the rearward control arm we've got marked. This is an alignment point, so we're going to back that nut off just about 1 turn or 3/4 of a turn so that control arm can swing down and we can pull that shock out of there. Trusty dusty light. So we've got a transmission jack just supporting the bottom of the rotor and the knuckle there. Like we said, we backed off this nut for the lower rearward control arm just about 3/4 of a turn so we can swing that arm down. As you can see, our shock now is clearing the control arm. So we're going to go upstairs, we're going to remove the 4 nuts on top, unplug the electrical connector, and we should be free to remove our assembly. Alright, moving on upstairs. Little electrical connector here. Boom, unplug that guy. So now you got 4 13mm. There's 1. There's 2. There's 3. before. And now we're able to wrestle that right out of there. Just careful, watch that sway bar link. If you guys can see here. Wrap this around the frontward lower control arm. Just like that, sway bar link. Perfect. All right, now we head over to the spring compressor. All right, guys, so this is the part number of the springs. We got oh goodness gracious, H+R 29299-1. These are our rear ones. We still have yet to put in. Nice blue springs, a couple nice stickers. As usual, guys, installation is the reverse of the removal. Double check everything, make sure everything's tight. Check all your torque specs. Looks pretty nice before it gets dirty. Ready to put our wheels on, and we are ready to take the rear wheels off. We'll start on the back, show you what's going on back there. So we just put it down and check out the front. Obviously the suspension hasn't settled. This is just first hoist drop. And we're going to move on to the back. So this is still stock height on the back. We just wanted to put it down for a second. Got a couple other things that's going on with this car, so kind of get the other guy to access it. And we'll carry on with the back. The rear, not so bad. 21mm bolt for the lower shock there, ladies and gentlemen. And in the trunk, as we have here, we've got the battery charger hooked up. 4 13mm nuts on top there. Undo your connector for the active shock right there. Pull these nuts off and you can drop that thing straight down there. There's no real trick to it. Take it over to the spring compressor. I'll show you what the new one looks like. XKR, guys. Car's looking sick. We did some 5% tint on this thing all the way around. Really complete the look. Love this car. Looks so good. Shout out to my customer, Dan the man, for bringing this car. Sends us a lot of work. And shout out to everybody who helps supply parts. My partner Prince for doing the tint on this thing. Check it out. Tell me what you think. So dark, so dark. I think that's what this car needs though. A little stealth bomber. Once again, everybody, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching the video. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Check us out on Instagram. And we'll catch you on the flip side.